Yerp.
Yeah. Period, Pooh. Period.
Hello.
They be like this. Period.
Period, Pooh.
Period, Pooh. What
You
you
see
was
that
saying?
girl Zaza?
Who's Zaza? Who?
What I do? The little 3-year-old?
No.
She was like, I'm cute and bougie. On Ellen's show. All right.
Nah, I ain't see her, but I watch it after. What, she was so cute?
Yeah, she have a song in it. She be like, period, Pooh, boo boo, ooh. That's literally her song.
Really? Yes. See, that's why you gotta get your kids started from
And
young.
3 years old. And she
You
don't
feel
have to
me?
3 or 4 something. So
Period. What's good, everybody?
what's poppin'?
It's your girl, Char.
It's a girl Sonny.
And welcome to That was good.
How many?
Praise him. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're going to just call this season 2 because it's been a long time. We had 8 episodes for season 1. Season 2, we're going to try to be, all in it.
Episodes in?
So we're going to try to drop this every Wednesday, right? Every Wednesday because Sunshine gave us a day. She said Monday, all the time she free. So every Wednesday, we're going to try to drop it.
Should be up.
Period.
Pooh.
But before that, like, you have anything you want to say? You want to catch up? You know what I mean? Because it's been a long time. It's been a long, long time. I feel like the last time we spoke, it was like up to months ago.
It was in November.
Yeah,
Or end of October.
It was like the end of October. Then we tried to do another one, but yeah, junk
That
went
didn't work
left. So we're back at it again, right? We updated our production. We got a new camera. Yeah, boy. So if you see me in HD, baby, and Sunshine in what? HD.
to the second power.
She looking lit. Yes, it's because we updated and upgraded ourselves. But Sunshine's going to do an update or whatever on anything new that has been going on in she life.
I'm
she
pregnant.
yeah.
I'm not.
Karen looked up like
I'm not.
she pregnant.
I'm
Why
not.
you ain't keep it up? Because you know
I should have kept it up.
you blowing mine.
My bad, y'all.
Oh my gosh.
That would have been a nice one.
That would have really been a nice one. But anything else other than the lies that you are telling to her? Somebody just dropped their phone because of the news you just gave. You're recovering from a stiff neck.
Yes,
Hallelujah.
y'all. I had a stiff neck for a whole week. Like, your girl could not move. Like, Denton had to pick me up literally 3 in the morning. And he was, the long seconds, he was like, 3 in the morning. I'm like, Denton, I can't turn around. I had to wake him up to turn me around.
You woke him up to turn you
It was
around.
crazy. Like, for the night, I think I woke him up like 5 times. No lie.
And you recovering.
I'm recovering. I mean, I could turn it.
She was showing me the exercises she was doing and I was weak. She was like,
That's beautiful like this.
trying to.
Listen, that I would never wish that on anybody. You feel so handicapped, like you just feel like you can't do nothing.
You can't do nothing, but you recovered.
Yes.
I feel like something else happened to you, but you trying to act because it's been a long time.
What happened to me?
Period. What happened?
The hell?
I feel like more exciting stuff was happening, but you wasn't taking notes, and I'm very disappointed.
What the hell
with it.
happened?
I don't know. I'm thinking.
The hell?
Oh, you went on a road trip because remember we tried to tell them that in the last.
Oh yes, yeah. I went on a road trip
for your
That was
birthday,
fun.
for your 25th birthday.
Yeah, we went to a few like different states, which was cool. You get to see everywhere and different cities.
She rolling her eyes.
Nah, it was cool though. I was
She
telling Denton like my favorite place is Arizona and Colorado. Not really like stuff to do, just like sightseeing, like the mountains and everything. Like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. It just makes you stand in awe. And
yeah, next time don't leave me though, because I'm finna get crazy.
I don't want her to come.
Because I'll slap everybody.
But one thing, I would never take a road trip for that long, because to get to Arizona from New York, I don't know if this was plus traffic or whatever, but it took us a day and like 18 hours, bro.
So 2 days traveling.
Yeah, like 2 days. Like, I cannot sit. Do you know how uncomfortable it is?
And you
to be
got
in a
car
close
sickness.
space? I can't do that for too long. My legs, I can't stretch. You know what I'm saying? I can't stretch the way I want. My legs is cramping. Like,
ooh. and to use
don't
the
do that.
bathroom, you
You
gotta
have
be
to
in them
go-
dirty
yes.
bathrooms and
But the bathrooms that we had, honestly,
they
it
were
was
okay.
all clean.
Okay, because usually they try to keep it clean, but some of them really be
Yeah,
nasty.
but out of state, like, it was clean. It was actually clean. Everywhere was clean.
It's probably when you get back to New York on them side.
Yeah,
New York is because
everywhere.
when we was traveling to Canada, I was surprised. I was expecting to go tippy toeing in the bathroom.
Yeah,
Girl, it was clean. Yeah,
it was very clean over
everything
there.
you're saying is
It was very clean.
yeah, that's a New York thing for real.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact. But you had fun on your road trip,
Yeah, it was
sis.
beautiful.
Sis was lit out
I
there
do
in them
encourage
streets. She
people to
ain't take
do
no
more.
pictures though. Sunshine not the type to be flexing for the gram. She
Nah.
do it in real life. Period.
Nah, cause there's nothing for me to be proving to people.
That's a fact.
I only like take it like for my purposes, like for memory purposes.
Yeah.
but not really for people.
Yeah, that's a fact. When you do stuff for people, it's like you're waiting. If they don't give you the response that you're
Yeah.
looking for, you're gonna be tight.
Yeah.
Ain't no note to self. Shut up. Anything interesting happened to me. All right.
You see
now
that? You see
see
that thing where the girl had too much cotton candy and she was shaking like this? You need to insert this clip right here. You gotta find it.
All right, I'm gonna find it and insert it. Ow! I didn't. All right, so now look, you don't see nothing, right? You don't see nothing. Let me show you something. Sis is an auntie.
Shout out
Period, poo.
She's
And ain't nobody.
engaged.
I'm engaged. I feel.
I'm gonna get
I'm really
emotional.
gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. Now that I'm on camera, I feel like I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, I'm gonna get emotional.
I'm getting emotional as well because I've been keeping it in for a very long time. Well, not in, but just the whole status of my relationship and who I'm. Yeah, like who I'm with and who he is. I've just been trying to keep it on the low for a while. So anything that tried to allow me to not do that, I had to separate from because I felt like my relationship, my peace and everything was just more important. And so he asked me to marry him on Thanksgiving. And I said yes, obviously, because we've been dating for a whole minute. But he asked me, and I'm so excited to just be an auntie now.
That's crazy.
You feel me? And it's like, it's crazy how your life could change in a year. Like, if somebody told me that I was going to be in a relationship and I was going to be a fiance and I'm going to be planning a wedding, I would have been like, yo, you friggin' lying.
How do you feel like
How do I
being
feel?
a fiance? Has it dawned on you yet? Like you're about to be a wife?
First
Oh
of
my
all,
gosh!
I'm about to be a wife. I'm so gonna make me cry. I'm about to be a wife. I feel like I already the thing about being a wife is that God literally prepares you during the process of your dating experience. I think that's what people don't realize is that, not saying that because they be like, oh, don't wash no man clothes before you're married. But I think that's what they putting out in the world. But it's deeper than washing somebody's clothes or like cooking them food. It's more so how can you uplift them as a person to get to where they need to go. And so that's what my fiance, he did for me. He like lifted me to a place where I really needed to be at the time. And so I'm excited for it. I'm excited to just tell everybody because everybody's going to see the picture when the podcast drops. Like I have some exciting news and then they're going to be like, I can't believe that she's a fiance. Sunshine, don't cry. And I know everybody's going to be like, well, who is he? Who is he? I'm not so sure if I want to be spilling all my tea out there, but just know that he's very...
Just wait till the
wedding, right? He's very special to me, and I really do love him. Those who are close to me, they will know. And, like, if you're in the inner circle, you will know. But I just really have fun protecting my peace and not putting everything out on the World Wide Web. But, yes, can you see it? I'm going to zoom in on the thing. Can you see it? The funny thing, I have a quick story before we get into the topic. Maybe, like, last July, July of like 2018, my mom and we were downtown And like I feel like the Holy Spirit was just leading me to go into K Jules.
Yeah.
Like we were about to get on the train, and so the Holy Spirit was like leading me. I'm like, let me go into K Jules. I didn't even know I was going to. I was just being mad extra. Like, Ma, let's go.
Yeah.
Whatever. So I was trying on rings. Like, I said, why y'all get married? I said, yeah, I'm getting married. But I did it kind of like with an attitude, but kind of just was like, yeah, I'm gonna get married. Whatever. I sent the picture of the ring to the person who was like my friend at first, but now he my aunt. He my auntie. Period. But I sent him the picture and he was like, he didn't even really say nothing, but I didn't really. But we were genuinely friends, and so at the time I didn't know that it was like a faith move, like moving me in to be the auntie that I am right now. So sometimes you just gotta do it's like crazy until it happens, which is what Michael Todd be saying. Like, it's crazy. You don't know why the Holy Spirit will tell you to go into a bank or whatever and stand and decree and declare money in your life. You don't know why until maybe years or 2 years later, and you're like, well, that's why it's good. Sense. And I told my mama she should have tried on the ring. Maybe she would have had a boo right now.
Probably there would have been two weddings.
It would have been 2 weddings. Me and my mother could have had a sister wedding together. No, I wouldn't
don't do that.
That's whack. But yeah, I'm so happy. And that's, I'm really excited. And my wedding finna be this small, but I'm just ready to move out New York and start my life again. Like, it's already.
Char's engaged, bro.
I'm engaged. I was out here in these streets, but I'm engaged. Hey.
Wow.
Hey. I'm off the market. Hey. I'm off the market. Sunshine, she can't stop smiling.
Nah, because it's like, I don't know. Like, I of course I knew, but it's, like, it probably takes a while to hit you. Like,
yeah, it took a while. I think it hit me a couple of times.
Like, I was excited, like, when she told me, but now, like, it's like, oh, shoot.
Yeah, like, I'm really engaged. And another thing is, I'm sorry to go rambling, but when Sunshine was getting married, I was genuinely happy for her. There was not a hate in my body. Like, I was like, finally. Yeah. Like, I was so happy for you. And so the season that you were in, I was actually celebrating it into my season, if that makes sense. Like, I wasn't a hater, like, oh my, she gotta get married before me, which is why you just need to go on your own pace and mind your own business.
What do you have to say to people that, like, have a hard time, like, celebrating people in their own season, like, when they're not in the season that they want to be? Like, how can you, what would you, like, tell someone like that? How can they, like, eventually celebrate?
I feel like it's more so being real with yourself and addressing your insecurities. So knowing that, maybe I do have some issues within myself, but I need to not only address them, but work through them. Because sometimes when you're insecure about your own life, your own weight, your own teeth, your own hair, whatever, you start looking at other people's hair and then you're comparing your hair to their hair. But if you say, hey, my hair, I always say, yeah, you know my hair a little nappy, but it's thick though. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you start to say nice things about yourself. Like, I am, God will send me a husband, or God will make my hair grow, or God will provide these things for me. Then that's how you could really celebrate other people in their season. Because sometimes it's not about you even celebrating them. It's about, like, be happy for them so that when it's your time, somebody else could be happy for you. You know what I mean? You don't ever want to be like, oh, I'm mad, whatever, because you don't know when your time is coming. It could be tomorrow, but now you angry, so you can't even receive it.
Someone, like, said, like, whenever God blesses your neighbor, applaud them, because that means he's still in your neighborhood. Like, he's still, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's nice.
That was fire. I said, oh, God. But it, like, makes sense because, like, like, everyone has their own season. I always say, like, when you become, like, someone big or you accomplish things in life, like, people are gonna be like, oh my God, look at her, she probably have it all together, but they don't know what you've been through to get there. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know what the other person been through to get where they are. So you should still applaud them, because I feel like, even if you have at least 2 people applauding you, you know what I'm saying? Just 2 or 3, whatever. Yeah,
the whole world ain't gonna clap for you, but find those who do.
Yeah, find those who do.
Because if anybody ever give me a bad vibe after I put out this, you are blocked and deleted. Because I swear on everything.
But they probably won't even give you the bad vibe. They'll probably fake the good vibe. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, don't be happy for me now. If I ain't hear from you in 2, 3, 4, 5 months, it's okay. I'll keep the congratulations. I love you and God bless you. Good night. Oh, I'm just like that. I'm sorry. Is it just me?
No.
Because sometimes when you engage, everybody want to come around because they want to be in your wedding. I'm not like that. He said I'm chatting. You shut up. You happy for me? you happy for me? Garrett said, Garrett not happy for me. You best be happy for me. Okay, you got any advice for me? All right, I will do that. Make sure there's no food in my braces. You annoying. Anyway,
what else?
But I said the good. That's literally it. And my T-shirt. Hey.
Yes.
But Sunshine got to stand up a little bit to see.
Wait, I can't stand up.
She doing a whole haul. That's it right there.
It zips down.
Oh, come on now.
It zips down to here. So if you're hot, if you're working, if you feel like you get a little draft,
you get a little draft.
It actually stops like right here, y'all. And they have this thing. Ooh, that's fire. They have this thing that you can. So if you're pregnant but you want a belly shirt, you can adjust it.
Oh, nice.
So,
nice. They need to put you in these infomercials. you can. Just like a waist trainer.
And it's fire.
It's fire. Okay. Sunshine got me.
That was my haul. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
I'm done. Yeah, but that's pretty really much it that was going on in my life. So once again, Onse merch.
Onse Shaw.
Onse, I'm a Beyonce. Anyway, now we could get back to the podcast because I know you guys are clapping for me at home. Thank you so much.
Bob, she's mad like, oh my gosh,
she's engaged to be married. Yeah, move on with your life. Sunshine really wanted to discuss rapper who is 21.
What's his name again? That's
Juice
Wrld.
WRLD.
Yes.
Juice WRLD, who recently died of a seizure as he was traveling. Well, he didn't die in the. I don't really know the story.
Said he died in the airport.
He died in the airport. And now they're saying that it was because of drugs. So the pilot was on the plane and he heard that they had guns and drugs on the plane, right? They were on their jet or whatever.
Like bags of marijuana or some crap like that. And
so I guess when they landed, he wanted to swallow the Percocet. And then he died of a seizure. Because, I mean, if you never had seizures before, you never had, like, problems like that before for you to just die.
Just get it.
Yeah, that had to be. I'm not allegedly. Let me say allegedly because, that's what people say. Because we don't really know all the facts. But literally, that's the story that happened recently. And Sunshine wanted to talk about it. Can you tell us why?
I really wanted to shed light on, like, this big, like, so many people that we see now, like, who is in the music industry. I don't know what it is, but they're so drawn to that Molly and perks and all of these things and lean and then you have kids. It's very bothersome. Is that even a word?
Yeah, you can make it up.
We're gonna make it up. I think only doctors can make up words, but I'm gonna call Dr. Sunshine tonight. It's bothersome to me because simply because we have kids who are. This is not something that's private. Like, kids are listening to that and they're open to that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's scary. Is there an age limit now on cough syrup?
So at CVS, the age limit is, I believe, 18. You have to be either over 18 or over 21. It's one of those two. But I mean, some people could buy it for their friends, or you could just have a cold and your mother buys it, and now you like, let me find the NyQuil, because your parents may not be as hip to what lean actually is.
And so, I mean, don't get me wrong, they probably doing that to escape their everyday issues or their depression or their stress and stuff. But I want them to also understand that there are different outlets besides drugs and all of these things, because now we're seeing a lot of people who are dying simply because they're overdosing.
That's a fact.
Like, they just keep taking it. No, allegedly, they said, like, he swallowed the perks.
The perk.
And it's like, damn, like...
Yeah, but it's also like Percocet could be addicting, because I remember my mom did some surgery. She never was addicted to it because she's a nurse, so she knows why you should only take it if you're really in pain. So my mother was fighting through it. She didn't really take it, but she said that some people do take it and they get addicted to it by accident. You know what I mean? But if you don't really have pain and you just taking it, because I feel like what you're saying is that, if Future sings about lean, I want to be a person that takes lean, because this person
let me see what they're talking about.
Yeah, and I feel like more times the main issue is that social media and media is an illusion. It is not real in a sense. If you have a music video, the music video is 3 minutes and 30 seconds or more, and that's only a
part of their life that
they
you
don't
see.
That's not even, and it's a false reality.
Yeah, that's
it's
what
not.
I'm saying.
Yeah, it's not real, right? So now you trying to do something that they were only doing for the music video, but they going home to their wife and not even drinking lean, or you know what I mean? They're not even doing the drugs, but now you want to emulate these people on the TV because they're saying it. I popped the Molly, I'm sweating. Whew. Like crazy. Now you really, now you're really trying to be a father. You know what I mean? Social media could make you do things. Now you're doing things because other people are doing it. I think that's the problem. Like,
even what's his name? There was this dude that used to bunk gang. He's the one who used to steal stuff and run. He had all the tattoos on his face. Like, he'll steal stuff and run and laugh like, ha, 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 ha. Or he'll steal somebody's money or steal somebody's dog. Or
ooh, I don't remember. I think it was on YouTube though, right?
It was everywhere. It was on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, pretty much everything. At first it was funny, but pretty much like later down the line he was confessing. He's not doing it anymore. He came out of rehab. So allegedly, he came out of rehab.
Okay.
And he was admitting like he used to take a lot of lean and perks and mollies and all of these things because he had a sleeping anxiety at first. And he was like, he was battling demons, and that was the only time he felt like he was just not fighting.
Yeah, okay.
You know
Which that makes sense.
So he like was taking it, but he was saying like the drugs made him into somebody that he didn't like. You know what I'm saying? He didn't like who he was. And even what's his name was saying it, McMill. He just said it the other day. He was talking to Sharlene. Like, he used to pop 50 perks a day. 50.
And he ain't dead? Wow, the grace of
God.
Bro,
I was like, I'm going to pull it up. Let me make sure I'm
that is
right
crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like but I like the fact that it's bringing awareness so that people can understand the effects of what perks can really do to you, or Molly, or drugs, period. Because I was watching the Wrld, and Gina was saying that we as humans, we have a natural level of, dopamine that comes in our brain. So if somebody makes you laugh, or if you get engaged or whatever, like if you're feeling happy, your brain naturally spits that out. But what happens with the drugs is that it takes you to another level. So you're on that level, and now you're trying to get back. When you come down, you crash, and you're trying to get back to that level, but it's a level that is not natural, if that makes sense. So only the drugs could, quote unquote, take you there, but it won't really take you there because you're still trying to get back to that first high. So
I really want to know who was the first person who was singing about popping perks and mollies and stuff like that. I need to know. But
I think that drugs was really always a thing, because now it's mollies, but before it was like those date rape drugs were what is it? Quaaludes. They drug you with Quaalude, or like it was always a drug. But I think that the people, I'm not to say blame the media, but sometimes it's like
a media has a big part.
It does have a big part.
Media now is molding kids more than the parents is, and so like it's kind of scary because now you can't really detach your children from social media now. It's
Yeah.
like there's a library, they have Facebook, they have all these things like they can go on.
That's a
and
fact.
see.
Or they friends have a phone.
Or their friends have a phone, so you can't really hide the world from them. So it's scary to see all these things that are being put out there and they can't escape it. It really it's molding them. It's molding everybody.
Yeah, and more so, like, he was just 21, right? So you just blew up.
Yes.
And that's why I say slow grinding and knowing who you are and the Lord. Like, I used to be like, oh, this person got 11 million followers. They are on the right path. No. They got 11 million followers, but you just don't know what to do with yourself. And the worst thing, I'd rather have one follower and know who I am than to get famous and try to be somebody that I'm not. Because I feel like more it's an identity crisis. I feel like even beyond the media, people are struggling with their identity. Who am I going to be today? Who I want to wake up and be today? Like, am I going to be? I try to be the same person that I am around you, around my fiance, around my mom, around my dad. I want to be the same person all the time. Like, people know that this is who I am. You know what I mean? And I cannot fake and be somebody that I'm not. Like, you know what I mean? So I think that people need to more so get in tune with themselves and be like, you know, and decipher right from wrong and be okay.
But there is a huge identity crisis that's going on, like where people are trying to find who they really are. So if this airs like huge or whenever it does, I don't know how many people's gonna see this, but there's a St. Lucian artist, right?
Okay.
And he made this dance hall song where he's trying to talk like a Jamaican.
Okay.
And I was listening to the song, and I was actually talking to someone, and I was telling him, like, I didn't like it because to me, like, he don't know who he is.
Right.
Because he's trying to go into a field that he don't even know.
He don't even know.
I'm like
you were
my
saying,
husband is Jamaican. I hear it all the time. Can you imagine me trying to talk like a Jamaican? Like, it just doesn't make sense. And he's doing it so that he can grab an audience of people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so he doesn't have his own identity. If I hear Vibes Culture, I'm like, that's Vibes. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is him. This is who he is. You can identify him by this song, by this sound. But there's a lot of people who's in music industry, in this life in general, who is trying to imitate someone else.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's the problem.
And it's scary. And I don't know what it is that we're doing wrong, what the household is doing wrong, or what we as individuals are doing wrong, where we are not really, how do I say, finding who we are.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what does it begin in the household?
I feel like it does. That you hit it right there. That's where it begins in the household. I feel like if your parents are, like, Kara was saying the other day, like, kids, you have to mold your kids. If a kid is racist, most likely it's because their mother and father was racist. It's not like, oh, where'd you get this from? You know what I mean? Like, or if you cursing and stuff, maybe your parents cursing around you. I didn't start cursing until I went to, like, school. I never heard it in my house, though. Like,
so a lot
you
of
know what I
places
mean?
It doesn't begin in the house.
No, but I'm saying.
Oh, me?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, if your parents are constantly telling you who you are, it's just like going to church. You go to church your whole life. Maybe you mess up, but your foundation is really strong. So even if you do curse, or even if you do, you ain't gonna do it in front of your parents. One, and two, you're gonna really. I think if parents continue, it don't stop after 18. That's the deception right there. So if you think your child is 18 and they're grown, and I'm gonna leave them to whatever. That is a lie. At 18, I didn't know nothing. I still am trying to figure out how life goes, and I'm 23. I feel like if your parents are down your throat, like telling you who you are special, you are blessed, you behave this way, you will do this, you do not associate yourself with these type of people. You make sure that if there's and having that open communication with them. More times, I'm not saying it's going to work every time, but if you want the odds to be great and on your children's side, you speak life into them and you let them know. You pray over your children every day, because I feel like sometimes parents just don't care.
And even if you're not getting it in the household, like I do encourage people to try to find who they are, like spending time with yourself, recognizing the good and the bad.
Right.
And really trying to figure out what you're here for, because they have people like that grew up in a household where it was abusive, like verbally,
Yeah.
you know, mentally and physically and all these things, and they probably still turned out to be something great, you know what I'm saying, because they had that mind power and that willpower to not be that or not emulate that, you know what I'm saying. So I guess it really depends on that, you know, it depends on the person too, majority of the time.
If I feel like God put us here to be self-aware, and not only that, but to have people around you to tell you that, hey, you kind of going off the wrong track.
Everyone
and you
kind of
know, you kind of know what I'm doing is wrong, right? And then you have the whole mental illness epidemic where people are just confused even more about who they are. And so it's like, it's more, it's like imperative for us to just have resources around the clock to help people, because sometimes you just need meds. Good meds, though.
I think we should have churches. I think we should have churches, and we should have therapists.
Yes,
a lot of therapists.
Just
as we have a lot of churches.
Just like how you're dependent on the Holy Spirit or whatever. God placed therapists here to walk you through life, and I feel like sometimes it's beyond. Okay, so yeah, like you said, you have a church. It's beyond. Oh, I'm praising God today. Hallelujah. It's like people need an environment that they can come in and get the healing that they need. So it's just acknowledging that maybe the church can't fix everything, and you might need to have outsiders come in to assist those people who are suffering. And you know what I mean? Not only the church, but Black people and people going to school to get degrees in these fields so that they can open up practices. And so because it's more of a community thing, you know what I mean? I see how the Jewish people move on Eastern Parkway. They got an ambulance. It's no joke.
They got their own stuff.
They got their own ambulance, their own school, their kids running in the street. It's 10 o'clock at night. They don't care. You know why? Because that's the environment that they built for themselves. And so we need to do that as a society, and to educate our youth, and give them, not only educate, but give them the resources that they need. You know what I mean?
Because they're little kids who are growing up angry. You know what I'm saying? With everything that's going on around them, and they're angry as a little child, they're angry as a teenager, they're angry as a father, they're angry as an old man, they're angry when they dead. Like, they need some type of outlet to help, you know, express that. And I feel like now, like in this day and age, like expression is dimmed. Like you can't really express yourself. It could be in the church, it could be in the work, it could be anywhere. You can't express yourself because you look some type of way. The world is super sensitive now, so there's a lot of things you can't say, you can't express yourself, because everybody gonna get in their feelings. So it's very difficult. That's why everyone is growing up just like, you know, I can't say anything. And
and so I think expression is a thing too, because I work with children, as you guys may or may not know. And dry throat. No. So there's this kid who was giving me problems in the beginning. Like, he just looks smart, but you know them kids that just look like their whole family life is just topsy-turvy. Like,
they got it together.
No, they don't have it together. Like,
you said what?
They act out because of maybe what they experience in their household.
Okay.
So my duty as a teacher, I was like, you know, I can't deal with this no more. I really can't. Like, I just can't. But he started to calm down when I gave him an activity that he liked to do. So I gave him a piano, and I gave him some notes on the board, and he found out that he was actually good at music. I feel like I felt like I did my due diligence as one person in the society to help somebody else kind of figure out, like, hey, I want to be at this program today because I will be fulfilling a little piece of my purpose, if that makes sense. So that's why I say, like, resources are important. Like, even if you don't have a big organization, if you could see somebody and they look like they really don't have it together, and you're in a position to help, or, you know, like, don't give up on that person, because you never know. Because I wasn't getting no breakthrough for 2-3 months, but on the 4th month, which is September, well, actually 3 months, he actually, he's starting to improve. So I believe that it's all about resources and getting help and, just being adamant about making a change in the community, in your community, whether you be Black, Asian, what the problem is in your community. Let's not front. You know what I mean? So what it is that your community needs. So just be more aware.
Yeah.
Especially with the drugs. And if your family members on drugs or whatever, and you pray for them or whatever, you just have to give it to Jesus. Like the pastor said it. You can't.
There's not much
you
that
can't
you can do of your own self.
If somebody doesn't want to change, all you could do is try as much as you can, but you can't take on that burden yourself because you still have your own life to live. But I do want to say rest in peace to Juice WRLD, and I hope that he left an example. I'm really proud of the hard work that he put in to get to where he needs to go. But I hope that his death is a reminder to people,
an eye opener.
Yeah, that you're not exempt from anything just because you're famous, and that you have to be aware.
Today will come and it will leave you here.
Yes, it will leave you right where you at. Speaking of leaving people right where they at, Apryl and Fizz.
Apryl and Fizz.
Apryl and Fizz, she smashed the homie. So, Sean, what is your take on this? Because every time I look at the world situations, I be looking at my friend. Like if, like, you get what I mean? And I be getting creeped out.
That's grimy.
That is grimy.
Okay. I understand. I'm trying to put myself in their shoes, and I'm not just trying to look at it from my perception.
They're in love.
I'm trying to look at it from
first off, are there rules?
Hell yeah, there are rules.
She not even said yeah. She said to the hell, to the
Absolutely.
There's rules.
Honestly, like, even if I'm not close with someone, out of respect, I wouldn't cross that line.
I wouldn't cross that line either.
But it seems as if the point in time that she after she broke up with Marion, she was really broken, so she say. And Fizz was more of the person to help aid her back to her,
I think.
So I guess she fell in love with that. But it was very. I'm hearing her side of the story, and I'm like, I understand what you're feeling, sis. But you should have went a better way with doing this.
I agree.
I just feel
it's just too much.
It's too much.
It's too much.
Adrian, this too much.
It's too much.
I just felt like she could have went a better way with doing it.
All right, so what better way? Tell me the better way, because I can't see it.
Probably even if it was a little bit longer.
What do you mean?
Even if they didn't put it out so soon. Probably like 2 years later or something like that.
No better way for me.
I don't know how
that's
to feel.
Like, all right,
was her
let me put you in
Fizz, Uncle Fizz?
Let me put this in perspective for you. Okay, you and Denton marry.
No, but we different. We different because that's years.
They was in the same group,
but they probably didn't have a relationship. They probably was just group members. But either way, what I'm saying, whether they was group members or whether they was brothers or close friends or whatever, it was still wrong.
To me, it's no way. It's
because
no way. Even if people I don't talk to now, and you was dating somebody, I don't even look that way. I look at. It's sad to say, I was telling this to Carrie, if you are dating somebody, that person is automatically the bro. I don't care if they got their 6-pack abs out. I can't look at you that way because you are the bro. Like, there's no way that I could look at somebody that my friend or my best friend was dating and be like, hey, he's cute, he's fine. You know what I mean?
I also want to look at her intentions because probably she didn't do it intentionally. Now, if she did do it intentionally.
But she knew she was on a reality show, and so the fact that she's clapping back, like me, I would have excluded myself from the reality show and took my relationship and went private. But now the fact that
that's
you were
what
doing
I'm
it
saying.
for
I would have left it private for a while.
Yes. But you on a reality show, you fronting, you flipping, you messing up the coins, you messing up the bags. Let me explain something to you. There are so many people in the world that you could be with. And I get it, he was there for you, but also you have to remember that sometimes people choose who they want to be there for them, if that makes sense. Like, you could let somebody in or you could push them out.
But my thing too is probably he was there. I understand what she's saying, like he was there for her, but I'm thinking about it now.
So you couldn't just leave it at that? Like, it's like you could get feelings. Why you have to act on it?
Because he was there for her while she was with O too.
Yeah, so you ain't act on it.
She still had boundaries. She had boundaries.
You know what I mean? So what let now it look like you angry and you want to get back at your baby father.
Even though I don't think that's what it is.
But that's the image.
I don't think that's what it is. I think she was very vulnerable at that time of healing. And both of them.
So let's talk about that. So just because you vulnerable,
his crazy baby mama.
Just because you vulnerable, I feel like I get it. You know what I mean? Because I've been vulnerable a lot of times, and I made decisions that I really shouldn't have made, or I regret. But not regret, but I've learned to live with. But I think that in your vulnerable state, right? When does it end? Like the narrative of the story is just irk. Like, I get that he was a mean person to you, but I mean, who are we to write somebody else's love story? It's like, I get it, but just because I'm a person that's loyal, I can't expect that for everybody. Person. Because I would never. You could die today,
I would feel
God forbid, and I can't look at Denton
like
and say, hey, you know what, let me give you a chance.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I'm too loyal.
I can't do that, man.
People aren't loyal. Let's talk about that, because people aren't loyal. Like, he wasn't loyal to his Omarion, and they were in the same group. Let's talk about that. And she wasn't loyal to her baby daddy. Not that she has to be, but because you have, as it relates to your children, think about the narrative for your children.
Are involved. You understand what I'm saying?
It's not cute. I don't think that's a cute narrative for your child. I'm sorry. It's not working out for me. I don't care how nasty the person was. And it's also to take time for yourself. Hook up with a friend or a girlfriend. And I feel like people in Hollywood and on Love and Hip Hop, they be having them fake friends. They just flip real quick. So she probably didn't really have a support system, like she said. Or maybe her real friends were telling her no. Because usually, I don't know the story, but I know that sometimes when you have that one friend that's telling you, I think you wild, and you want to cut them off. Oh, she mad, she hate us. She ain't because she ain't telling you what you want to hear. But I think people be trying to be choosy, you know what I mean, with who you gonna let in on the tea. If friends are condoning it, hey, I'm gonna do it. But there's rules.
Yeah.
There's rules. Rule number one. If your friend is talking to somebody, that person is automatically the bro or the sis. And that's period.
Absolutely.
And that's on period.
Absolutely.
Because because now I got to think in my head, were they messing around before me, or was she feeling? But I think
is she wrong for falling in love? No. Is she wrong with how she did it? Hell yeah.
She wrong. Everybody get a chance at love, okay? But how you did, that's what I'm saying, Sunshine. Yeah. It's just like, why him? You know, I get it, but put up a brown. I mean, I can't tell nobody how to live their life. So me chatting over here, I don't want her to tag me in no post on Instagram, because I've been there before. I turned to my mother, though. I turned to, my mother, and I turned to you, but I don't really feel like I'll go first leaping into the person's brother. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That sounds weird.
So weird. And he was pretty much saying, like, you know, me and O wasn't that close. We wasn't really brothers or best friends. We was just
they was close, baby. Turn around.
What they call that?
Let me see that. Bum, bum, bum.
My partner, my group partner. So he's like, you know, they shouldn't be any issue, being that he was only my group partner.
But they friends though, like.
I genuinely do feel like Omarion do feel some type of way about it, but he's being very mature, which I give you the clap.
The fingernail clap.
Yeah, he's not bringing him with him. He feels some way.
But it's making him uncomfortable because of the media attention that it got.
And it's bringing to his kids are eventually going to see that.
Right. It's just I mean, it's very disgusting. I'm sorry. I just personally think that this is not the Bible days where Abram and Sarah and Hagar are going to stay in the same house and raise Isaac and what's
Times
the other
have
one?
changed.
What's the other kid? Hagar's son. But she did leave, but she was there for a minute. But what I'm saying to you is that this is not them times when, oh, it's like we finna share. You know what I mean? This is a time when it's you and your own. Like, I would be devastated. I can't look at this person in the eye without seeing the other person. I'm sorry. That's me. I don't got separation like that. But I'm being one-sided. I mean, I hope it works, because if it doesn't, it will be a devastation that you went through all of this.
I hope it works for her.
And the media and everything, and you're like, keep it on the low until you know for sure. Like, have a kid with him and have some babies and get married and make it work before you start putting it out on social media. I mean,
to each his own.
maybe I could give her a lesson or two on how to just keep it to yourself. Yeah. I agree. Okay, so Carrot was saying, like, if you and somebody have spent a numerous amount of time together, and you guys were on tour together, which means you made money together, it's more than the business. You guys had to have a relationship, you know what I mean? Even though it may have went salty now, or it may have been bad now, you guys still were in a relationship, not in a relationship, but you still had a relationship. So do you just, say, screw that, it's been 10 years, like, I'm gonna try it out? I mean, I couldn't
you
do
grimy it. Sis.
You grimy.
That's grimy.
Because I always put myself in that sunshine. I would have never. I'm sorry.
I would feel so uncomfortable.
Even though, and you're married now, maybe your ex. Let's talk. Like, if your ex was walking down the block and he tried to talk to me, that's an ego thing. I want to get back at Sunshine. I'm not thinking that, oh, maybe this could be my one chance at true love. No, I'm not thinking that. I'm not. So I just think it's an idiotic move, if you ask me. I'm sorry.
I agree.
It's just no ifs, ands, or buts. You be thirsty.
What do you also think? We're moving down to Lizzo.
Lizzo and her panty. Lizzo, if he don't love you anymore. I don't know the song.
Yeah, what we are really like speaking about concerning Lizzo is her appearance at the whatever game it was,
the Lakers game.
And pretty much what I think on it is
so what did she wear? Let the audience know what she wore.
So it was a t-shirt, and the back, I guess it was big enough to look like a t-shirt dress, and the back of it was cut out, and she was wearing a thong, so her whole butt was out, the thong was out, and everything like that. I've just really felt like that was highly inappropriate, because it's like, listen, I applaud her, and I will always say I give my hats off to her because of her level of confidence. There's not a lot of thick people or plus size people who are confident in the skin that they're in. So I really applaud her for making a movement where women can feel confident regardless of the size that they wear. But I do feel like there are ways in doing that, because I was saying, like, there are not just old plus size people who are looking up to her, they're young plus size people who are looking up to her. Like, she's making an influence abroad. So I think she needs to be more careful
and aware
in what she's doing, because she did it at a game.
And the age, people could have their babies there. Your son could have been there. You know what I mean? He could have been 7 years old, and now he's exposed. Yeah. And now he sees her, and then he's like curious now. Yeah. He's thinking about stuff that he shouldn't be thinking about. But what I was saying is that people just need to keep the same energy all around. So if Nicki Minaj showed up that way, would we still be ranting and raving the way?
Which we should,
but we won't. We should, but they won't, because she got her butt done and she stapled her ribs in, or whatever she did. So I think that some people are just used to seeing thick and saying, oh, it's nasty. And seeing, plastic surgery, and saying, oh, hey, it works because at least her waist is small and her butt is lifted up. But I think that we just need to...
Because it looks more appealing
Right.
for you to be a certain size, for your waist to be a certain
Right.
size and your thighs to be a certain size. It looks more appealing to them,
To the human,
you know,
to
which
their
is
eye.
extremely wrong.
It's wrong in both cases. So if Nicki showed up that way, Cardi showed up that way, they should keep the same energy. If Lizzo showed up that way. So I've definitely seen the bias there with the media and the community.
Absolutely.
But I also feel like she should know how to dress, right? One, I'm not showing up to church. Would she show up to church like that? I don't think so. Would she show up to the Lakers game in a church outfit? No. Would you go to the club in a church outfit? No, you know what I mean? So people know that there are places that you are supposed to be doing things. Does that make sense? Like if you're in a church, you're not coming in a thong and a bikini, right? Because you respect that area where people come to worship God. If you're in the club, you're not going in your church suit. If that does that make sense?
Or your tuxedo.
Your tuxedo.
It doesn't necessarily have to be a church suit because not everybody wear whatever they want to church. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But like, you know, it's everyone has their own style. Let's just say that everyone has their own sense of fashion, their own style. But I feel like people need to be aware when it's a family setting or when there are kids involved.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
like,
certain mothers and fathers, they bring their
not
kids
expecting to see that.
Not expecting to see that. Granted, we live in New York. We often believe that the rest of the world is like New York, where there's somebody crazy. There's a naked cowboy on the train. That's not everywhere. You know what I mean? So I feel like when you grow up in New York, you think that everywhere, everybody's so exposed to everything. No, that's not how it is. So some people really take their kids out the house, not expecting those things to be seen. So I just think she needs to be more aware, and as her influence grows on, you know, people, she just needs to love herself, but not try to do too much while doing it. And what I mean is too much is like, oh, I'm Lizzo, I don't care, I'm gonna wear what I want and make a statement. Because I feel like if that was her intentions, it didn't go well.
Yeah.
Because now you got the Rikishi thong. Rikishi from WWE wrestling. Up his butt and everybody. Now you got that thong on and you looking crazy. The outfit wasn't even, it looked like an H&M shirt that she just cut the butt out. And it was just too much for me. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it. It's just Jesus. You ever seen Rikishi in a bodysuit? And it's... No, I couldn't.
Listen, we applaud you, Lizzo, baby, for
I'm
your
proud of her.
high level of influence,
And
the movement that you're making in this world, because everyone needs it, and you're not just influencing the big girls, you're influencing the small ones too, to be a woman and be happy in the skin that you're in.
Yeah,
be proud. So I thank you for that, but I just feel like, be careful.
Do it at the club, but don't come to a Lakers game with that, because
the 2-year-old gonna be walking around with a little pulling up their pants between their.
The 2-year-old pulling up their pants. Mommy, I'm Lizzo today. I want to be Lizzo. Ooh.
Like there was this girl that was graduating from preschool, and she went up. That was going up. And they was like, the boy said, when I grow up, I want to be a firefighter. They was going one by one. The girl said, when I grow up, I want to be a stripper. I said, oh my God.
Well, her parents.
The girl in preschool. Everybody like, oh. Everybody like, oh. In unison. Like, who taught you that, baby? Where did you see this?
Her mother, she probably went home. Mommy, what you do? I strip. I make these coins. And her mother said, yeah. Or she probably heard a conversation with her mama. Yeah, Antoinette, I made this much at the club tonight. I mean, no shade to you.
Yo, and she said it like with this was not something that she was rehearsing. It's like she knew it from the depths of her soul. This is
why you need to be involved in your kid's life.
And she walked with confidence.
You would have known she had a speech the next day at her graduation. Mama, I'ma say I'm a stripper.
And you know they have the people at the end of the stage that's helping them go down. She was like, when I grow up, I want to be a stripper. She was just going down the stairs. She just helping her and be like, oh. I took the teacher hand, yeah, help me down now. I made my grand entrance. I want to be a stripper.
My hand hurt. She shut junk
And
down.
she did not smile, did not like. She was serious about her business. You gotta be careful, people. What we put in these kids' head. And then everybody is gonna look at your child like, wow.
I would not want to be a
She wants to be a stripper.
Beyond the fact that she want to be a stripper, right? Imagine the kid going after her.
No, I want to be
the kid going after
the other kids was like this. And they 5. They know what's going on.
Imagine the
They
kid
all
behind
in.
her like, I'm gonna say firefighter. The whole crowd's gonna go wild. Now she done took all the kids.
The whole crowd is gonna go wild.
He was like, I'm gonna say firefighter when she shut junk down.
Yeah,
You
she
gotta
made her
show me that
entrance.
video,
I'm
bro.
gonna show you it right now.
Oh my God, I'm so done. Oh gosh. Oh Lord.
Yo.
I'm so weak. I want to be a stripper. I want to know her parents' reaction to that.
Yo. And there was someone recording. It was like, oh. Damn, where is it?
I'm 6 years old. When I grow up, I want to be a stripper.
You see, she put her mic. Help me down. Hey, look at the little kid. Look. The little kid, like, the hell is going on? He looking at the camera like, Mom, you heard that? Mommy, you heard that?
Yo, she was Nigerian when they grow
I
up.
want to be a stripper.
When I grow up, I want to be a stripper.
Yo.
Oh Lord.
And she put her, like, this was something.
Like she was practicing. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It was a public announcement.
My name is Ashley Conoros. When I grow, and she put her stuff down. Like, this was something.
It was a weight lift.
It was. Listen, be careful with y'all.
Yes,
Don't
on
say it
that
around
note-
y'all kids, man.
Ooh, on that note. All right. So for the recap, we just encourage you to I can't focus. All I hear is stripper. The recap. Juice World. Yeah. Yes.
Yes. Juice World.
Yes. Speak life.
Juice
When
WRLD.
I grow up, I want to be a stripper. I can't get over it. Oh, I'm gonna have to take 5.
Guys, so let's do the recap.
Yeah, like some notes for them.
Mm-hmm.
For Juice World, real quick. Make sure that you are not following the crowd, and if you have a drug addiction or opioid or whatever, like, or even addicted to lean and alcohol, make sure that you reach out to someone and try to find a resource center that is able to help you, or a family member that can pray with you and try to lead you into the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
Family member or friend or trusted person that you feel like you could say something to.
And try to find out the real you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're having an identity crisis, try to find the real you. Don't expect to see you in someone else. Try to see yourself in you. If that makes sense, right?
Hey,
So
that's
be
right.
yourself and don't try to emulate anybody else's life. Yeah, and try to find an outlet
Yeah.
where you can express yourself.
Right.
You know, surround
Yeah.
yourself with positive people.
Positivity rules.
Yeah, drugs is not always the right thing.
It's not always the right thing at all. Some people use it for health reasons, and some people use it to get high.
Yeah,
So just make sure that you're using it for the right reason.
reasons. Mm-hmm.
And next was
April.
April. You remember they had a song She Smashed the Homie? Was that on the Love and Hip Hop song? You introduced them. Yeah. Don't go smashing. So if somebody spent quality time with you and they shared time with you, I don't think it's fair for you to cause that distress on their family, and say that it's love.
Yeah.
It's probably more so lust and infatuation, and just taking, using that vulnerable moment to, you know,
Absolutely.
to not heal, but you know, you kind of heal, but you kind of heal in the wrong way because it wasn't the right kind of, I don't know how to explain it. It wasn't the right kind of energy that you needed, if that makes sense. Like somebody could help you without you falling in love. I think that's, a lot of people feel like if somebody helps them, oh, he has to fall in love with me. Some people are just genuinely there to help.
Yeah.
You don't have to fall in love with everyone that helps you.
Yeah.
Okay? Because if Fizz was a girl, would she be with her? Anyway, let's find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Because you ever think about that? If Fizz was like an old lady, Would she
She
feel that
probably
affection?
would.
Okay. Anyway, and lastly, no thongs. In the Lakers Center, just dress appropriately to like if you know children are gonna be in a certain area.
Yes, be aware of your environment.
Be aware. And lastly, don't raise your children to be strippers. Make sure you go over their speech at night and make sure you look thoroughly. Ask them if you have a second speech that they wrote at school, because I'm sure that somebody needed to proofread that.
Yo.
Mama was at work in the field when the little girl said, "I'm gonna hide this from my mom. I want to surprise." And lastly, I'm an auntie.
She's an auntie.
I'm Shar.
And I'm Sunny.
And thank you for tuning into
Nightschool.
Hey, we gonna say I'm a auntie. Yeah, you mad cause I'm thick like Beyonce. And I'm finer than the wine. Don't talk to me, don't even waste my time, cause I'm taking baby and I'm off the market. Yeah, I'm gonna rap, don't get me started.
Okay.
Oops, I farted. Oops, I farted. Going crazy and I'm acting retarded. Period. That was off the dome.
Oh. I'm gonna play this song. Zaza.
Hey.